the left, the quote unquote left, the woke, whatever you call them, they're not dumb. They're manipulative. It's a very important distinction to understand. We think that they're stupid. We think they're naive. We think this is something that they're going to grow out of. They're not. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it for a reason. It's a very important distinction to be made, because when someone's dumb or they're naive or they're immature, you're like, okay, I'll give them a chance, put up with their nonsense, they'll grow. When someone's manipulative, you got to nip that in the bud immediately, because they're doing what they're doing for a purpose.
And I think that's a good point, and we just got to find out what the reason is. And there's lots of conspiracies of why, and some of them are become, showing its face to be true in certain ways.
It's a global takeover. I mean, come on, it's not even a conspiracy to say it. They tell you what they want. They want global federalism. They want a weakened United States so that they can bring in their one. See, the thing is that they are the smart, good people, and that we are the evil people that are ruining the country with our gas stoves, and we're going to poison the waters. And these poor billionaires are not going to be able to live 1,000 years. Don't you understand, Don? So it's they have to save the earth from us by force to bring in peace. Don't you understand?
And that's what they're doing. Like, you got Klaus Schwab over there with the WEF. Yeah, and it's scary when you see and hear some of the things. I mean, a lot of it you can find right on YouTube, like the whole, own nothing and be happy, and all the control and the site. Now he's talking about massive cyber attack that could destroy. You'll
be very proud to know that we have leaders from the Young Leadership Council in every government in the world. What?
Yeah,
you can't make a Bond villain a more comically trope than Klaus Schwab. From what he dresses, to the way he looks, his aesthetic, his voice, his goals, this is like, I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, next is everybody just gonna stand up and say Hail Hydra? Or what is this a simulation? What are we doing right now? That's the bad guy. We've never, like Hitler, easiest bad guy in ever. Easy. Yeah, no, that's the bad guy. We found the bad guy. That's the bad guy. Yes, we have infiltrated your entire government, and we're going to change everything about the world, or else. Yeah, no, the bad guy. Guys, we found him. We know who it is. Hey, SEAL Team 6, what are we doing? What's going on here?
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable?
I think that is imaginable.
And the fact that he's not a household name, though, like in the 40s, they didn't even have TV or social media like that, but everybody knew Hitler was. Everybody knew Hitler was the bad guy. With this situation, this guy, even though, there you go.
We started talking about the bad guys, and Hudson got scared. He's
What's up, Hudson? But yeah, man, it's like he's, even though he's accessible, people could find him if they seek them out. He's not talked about like a lot. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like a mainstream villain.
Yeah.
And I feel like he might be being protected.
Institutional capture. They talk about institutional capture. Their Brett Weinstein is a great follow on Twitter. Alex Berenson, James Lindsay, some of the academics, former left wing, now. The people that see it clearest are the people that were in it, really, and have kind of like escaped that cult, for lack of a better term. But really what they talk about is institutional capture, that these far left globalist crazies have, they've undergone a 20 to 30 year plan to capture all of our educational institutions, all of our media, right? So all of the informational avenues, right? Any place where knowledge is power, they've monopolized the power there. hey, listen, man, even Fox News is putting out some pretty woke shit lately, man. And you got to be like, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, you know? And again, that's where something like that show tonight is so important. That's where something like, I really wish I could get people to understand the only chance you have, the only non-violent chance we have, let me say,
right,
is financial disobedience, right? Like using your wallet to vote every single. We saw what happened with Bud Light, right?
Yeah.
Which honestly I thought was an overreaction. I think that there were really good people that got hurt because people were sick and tired of it and they wanted to make a stand. And I get it. But I'd like to see it happen on a broader scale. Vote with your wallet every chance you can. And people don't realize like what a difference it makes. Like 2,000 people in my world, 2,000 people willing to give me $5 a month. Those 2,000 subscribers are worth more than 1 million views, right? Because what that does, it's not even the money. It's not about getting rich because production costs a ton of money. People have no idea how much studio time costs, how much post-production costs. You know, they think they see us all over the internet and they're like, man, you're really crushing it. And I'm like, yes, I am. My credit score reflects that. So,
true.
You know, the idea is freedom. If I am getting the money from you directly, my audience, my consumer, I can say whatever I want. I can preach your worldview. I can be the tip of the spear for you. But if you don't engage financially, if you're like, well, I like your stuff and I share your stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but then they take it down and demonetize me. So what? You know, I can't talk about, hey, how come you don't do these videos anymore? Well, because they got my page flagged. Oh, you still got to do them. Fight the machine. Okay. $5 a month, my Patreon, I'll do them. Crickets. That's it. Guys, you got to support it. If a cup of coffee is worth more to you than freedom of speech, I have a saying, you know, we all get the world we deserve, Don. You know what I mean?
Indeed, man.
I really wish people would understand, like, and I get it. It's very hard. There's 1,000 different commentators, 1,000 different influencers, and we're all looking for money, and we're all looking, buy this, buy that. We're all out there. I get it. But if you have somebody like that you really like, you know, that $5 subscription for them goes a long way. It really does. You know, if you got 1,000 people giving you $5, and you can at least cover the production needed to keep this thing going and be the voice you need to be.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. And I mean, yeah, everybody wants to, you know, complain about the way things are going and this and that, but when the push comes to shove, they're not really taking the initiative all that they can and support people like you guys that are kind of outspoken and not afraid, for lack of a better way to put it, to speak out.
Well, I bet my career on it, bro. And I wrote on TV. I wrote on the Wendy Williams show. Like, I bet my career on this. I had a very clear decision to make. I could have shut up and done the whole white people are evil, wear your mask, and, you know, literally take your medicine routine, and maybe I'd have a Netflix special by now. But now, you know, but I decided being truthful, being honest, standing up for the vulnerable was more important than personal gain, you know? And I'm all right with that. I don't think I could be one of these guys who, you know, towed the company line and said what, you know, China wanted them to say. And, you know, and now they got their Marvel contract. Good for them. But you're a bitch forever, you know, like
sold the soul.
Arnold, you lived your whole life being a hero. And now all anybody remembers is screw your freedom.
Right. Yeah.
Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it, man. But on the other end, what I don't want to happen, Don, what I don't want to see happen is this revisionist shit that you're starting to see with some celebrities coming out, like making fun of Fauci and making fun of the woke now that it's popular to do so. Bill Maher, God bless him, good for him, because he's still on the left. He's still one of those guys, and he's still taking the punches. But it took him 3 years. Right. Dennis Prager told him he was full of shit 3 years ago. Now, Bill Maher, to his credit, admitted that Prager was right. And I know that had to like make him throw up in his mouth when he was doing it. But there's a lot of people now that are coming out and realizing, the woke mob doesn't actually care about anything they claim to care about. They only care about power. They only want you to bend the knee. They don't really care what it's about. Everything woke is a grift. Are we, does everybody not know this now? Do we not realize this is all just about money? All the woke shit is just a grift. Black Lives Matter was just to buy these Marxist mansions in LA. They didn't do shit for the people. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say the truth?
So Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors has allegedly spent thousands of dollars on renovating the backyard at her $1.4 million home in Los Angeles. Updates include the construction of a plunge pool as well as a backyard sauna.
The women's soccer team, I just posted it today. They got $7 million. They brought in $3.5 million.
Is there a memory that stands out to you right now in this moment?
Probably equal pay chance. They were saying equal pay, but could have been saying a lot of things. I think this team has always fought for so much more.
It's a fucking grift. Excuse my language. I don't know if I can curse, but
No,
you
could, yeah.
You can edit it in post.
No, we're good. No,
it's
yeah.
a grift. It's a con. Have you morons never been conned before? Like, when did this country become so freaking vulnerable? When did we become gullible like this? Like, we're so gullible. Like, oh my God, AOC's crying. Oh my God, the climate is boiling. How do we stop it? Give the politicians money. So if I give the politicians money, the temperature of the sky will go down. It's the only way.
How dare you?
Yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and I think
there's
a lot
a
of these
virus in the air, Don. There's a deadly virus in the air.
Triple
Everybody's
mask.
gonna die. Oh my God, how do we stop it? You got to give the government money. If you give the government the money, the air won't be toxic. What? Yeah, just $9 trillion, and don't ask where any of it went. Don't ask a question. $9 trillion, and we'll make the cough stop. What? And we
don't worry about Fauci driving around in the Benz or anything. Yeah.
Hey, shut down your business for 2 years. All right, you evil bastard. All right. If it saves just one life, wear 2 masks and take this experimental medication. If it saves just one life. Oh yeah, and by the way, we're gonna take all your tax money and send it for bombs into Ukraine. We're cool with that, right? Like, so we're over that save one life thing. Now it's all Russians.
It is crazy. The world's upside down.